Hey guys, how's it going? So I thought today I would run over to the shop and do a quick video or take some footage of the F-250. I may even go ahead and start pulling the wheels off, get it jacked up, and start getting the rims cleaned up and figure out a solution for the tires. I'm thinking that I'm just going to just tube them for now, so we'll see about that. But after this, after I take this morning walk here with Patch, we'll head on back home and head over to the shop. Okay, so here's the 250. You see, it's got really nice patina on it. It's mostly just surface rust. I'd actually thought about perhaps just sanding this and clearing it, but I don't know. I'll have to think about that a little bit more. So I'll pop the hood here in a second. But this is the 77, and the 76 and 77s are pretty much the same. I think there's one thing that makes it different, and I want to say it's just the badging right here, 250 custom. I wanted to say that it was different in 76, but he's got these tow-in mirrors. I've heard these called West Coast mirrors before, and I've seen them. Everyone always puts the rubber behind it to kind of tighten it up. I don't know if that's factory. I think that's sort of a home remedy that a lot of people have done to keep the mirrors from sliding up and down and moving on you, but a nice authentic look there. These mirrors are actually quite expensive. I've actually lost a few auctions on eBay where people just got me at the last minute. I'm not really savvy with eBay, so I think people wait around and they outbid you at the last minute. So we got 4 flat tires on the rim. So what I'm planning on doing is I'm planning on just trying to blow them up and get it to where I can just hopefully just roll it around the parking lot here. If not, I may just tube them and then go from there. So anyway, so the body's pretty straight actually. There's no dents, or I haven't seen any complete rusting through pretty much anywhere. These panels right here are usually rotted out or corroded, and I don't see any corrosion there, just a little bit of surface rust, and there's usually some issues right here. I don't see any there. I came back about a month or so ago and I oiled all the hinges and I cleaned it out. This is the factory color here. I think I'll probably, if I'm going to paint it, I'll just go back to the factory color. I've considered doing a two-tone. I'm loving the toolbox. I mean, this is really cool. I'm gonna obviously need a new door gasket there, and let's see, we've got some power steering fluid. We got some, it's like some brake fluid perhaps. Brake pedal. Looks like some sort of module of some sort. Diode perhaps. I don't know what that goes to. I may need to find out. And I've looked in here before. This is pretty neat. Some gloves here. I found these, and these are really cool. I don't know if you can see that or not, but these are oil change tags. And I'm thinking that these came on the oil filters, and then you're able to write down your mileage, date, the vehicle, and that's how I was able to determine that the truck has 161,000 miles on it. 167, I think, is what it's showing now. The odometer, with these old odometers, all they show is a shotgun shell. Got to have those. Anyways, there's an old bullet casing. The gentleman that owned this was a big-time hunter, so that doesn't surprise me. But anyways, this would be a nice place to stow some tools away there, and a little something different. Back to what I was saying, the odometer just says something like 67,000, and then I wasn't sure if it had 100,000 on it or not, if it had turned over, because it wouldn't be unusual for a truck that was used, say, to haul a camper to have you know, just under 100,000. Like I said about the wheels, I love the wheels. I'm probably just going to sand and paint them. Find the 9.5 by 16.5 wheels. Just go with those. I love the stock look. So like I said, I'm thinking about a two-tone. I'll be ordering all new gaskets for the doors, windows. Same thing for the windshield. If I do decide to paint the truck, I will likely just pull the hood off, all the emblems and logos and badges and grill, bumper, and may just get it blasted. I don't know. It's really hard to squeeze by on this side. So the tank is behind the seat, like my F-100. It smells like the tank's going to need some work. And there's a fuel door back here, but there's no tank. So I'm thinking that this might be where you add a tank. You can add a second tank, perhaps. I don't know. I haven't really looked under there. I don't think there's a tank back there. And this would be the wiring harness for the camper, I'm assuming. And got a tech fan here. Of course, I'd need new gaskets on the rear windows. Again, some really nice weathering here. I dig it. I just don't think it's going to look very professional for my business. I don't think people will get it. But if it was just a weekender, I would get it. But if I'm going to be parking out in front of multi-million-dollar houses and inside the camper doing some work, it needs to look a little bit more respectable than this. And I think that when I'm done with it, it's going to look great. So, see, I love the stuff like this. We've got a little ecosystem down here. We've got the sort of bottom layer here, and got some filled up with water there. So we've kind of got a little bit of a sort of marine environment there. So that's pretty cool. And let's see here, the roof. No dents or anything like that. Haven't seen any. I don't see any rust or any dings or anything like that. The bed is in really good shape. I'll probably just put a Duraliner in it, or spray-on liner is what I'll wind up doing. Probably put a sliding rear in, perhaps. Maybe tint it a little bit. So, let's see. I was going to open this door, but I'll go around the other side. Oh, while I'm here, I might as well just pop the hood. Let's see. Where's that latch at? There we go. So I did come out here and put this plastic over here because I was noticing I was getting some water on top of the air filter housing there, the lid. I'd heard that anyways that it was hard to tell, but the owner actually told me it was a 351, and there's 351 cubic inches displacement. So we've got a pretty decent motor here. Oil in here actually looks, I mean, it looks pretty clean. It looks slightly over full, which leads me to believe that perhaps there's water in there. I did turn it over with a large wrench, so the motor does turn over. It's not locked. This is completely dry, I want to say, so I'm probably going to need to completely redo the brakes. New master cylinder, all that kind of stuff. It looks like it had been leaking for quite some time, the way it had ate away at the paint there, the paint finish. Let's see. I had previously vacuumed all the crap out. There was rodent poop, all that kind of stuff everywhere, so I cleaned all that out, vacuumed all this out. Gonna need a new battery. This thing hasn't been started in, I would guess, something like 10 years, something like that. So this truck has the power assist steering, which I hear is a nightmare, and it's actually I think this is the only year they did that too. So I think I'll be swapping that out to full power, coming up with a different solution. The rebuilt cylinder that drives it is actually under the seat. Let's see, that's pretty much it under here. Pretty basic Ford truck motor from the 70s. It's a 351 modified, my uncle says. So I'm not really sure what modified means. I think that's definitely going to be a factory kind of modification. So, it's a pretty tried and true motor. So as far as the inside goes, these trucks with these rubber mats, there's always rust underneath. I think the floor is pretty solid. So hopefully maybe just some cleaning up under there, and maybe some spray it with some kind of waterproofing material, something like that. Undercoating type, seal it off kind of deal. There, the upholstery, the seats need to be redone. I may even just look for a new seat. We've got a 4-speed. We've got our 4-wheel drive right here, and this is one thing I like to look in here. Some sort of a fitting of some sort. It's a big special tool for something. It's got a 1/2-inch drive right there. Probably goes to the truck, I'm sure. But you can always tell when someone takes care of stuff, when they got all their stuff organized right here. I mean, you got fuses, light bulbs, spare parts, nuts, bolts, all that kind of stuff. Pretty well organized. More light bulbs. These are probably camper bulbs right here. I'm gonna save these. These will actually probably most likely go to the camper. So I'm gonna save those. Let's see. Got some sort of a kitchen knife there. Tire gauge, got to have that. 9/16. It's probably something a common size on the truck. Let's see. We got powertrain components. This is going to be a U-joint. So it probably is brand new, so it probably goes to our drive shaft or whatever. Probably another joint here. Ford factory part. Let's see. Wash and dry. Some moist towelettes, you got to have those. Valve stem. Let's see, you got a pack of matches from 3 Torches Matches, damp proof, made in USA, from Kenner, Louisiana. Trash bag ties, they don't even make those anymore. I forgot all about these actually. They could come in handy for something. Let's see, we got the brake pedal. Let's see, some hunting stuff. Ford factory literature of some sort. Owner's manual. I'm just going to take that with me. North Carolina, South Carolina road map. I love these maps. Let's see. Man, there's a lot more in here than I thought. Cool. Some sort of fishing lure here. Rogers Ambusher. Let's see. Some bolts here of some sort. Right over the glide path here. Book of matches. Old Hickory House. Man, this is old school right here. Put some south in your mouth. Let's see. More garbage bag ties. A few clips. So I'm gonna box all this up and go through that. There's a lot of goodies in there. So let's see. I'm gonna need a new dash pad. I don't know if I'm gonna need a new window or not. I don't know what's up with that discoloration. My F100 did the same thing. I don't know if there's a way to fix that or not. But 1983, 6/14/83. Gosh, I was a kid. Let's see. So we've got AC. We got maybe it doesn't work, maybe it does. I don't know, but at least it's duct for it. So can probably get it working. I've done worse. It's like a Philco AM FM radio. Let's see what else. Rear view mirrors in good shape. Usually I've seen a lot of discoloration in trucks like this around the mirror. Headliner will need to be replaced. Not necessarily a must-have. Steering wheel's got issues. It's not uncommon. Usually cracked. Here's the dashboard, simple dashboard. This was, my grandfather had a truck similar to this. It was a 150 or a 100, but I remember the square speedometers and the fuel and temp gauges and all that stuff. So I remember that. Let's see. That's pretty much it for the inside. I'm assuming that this was added because these things usually pull loose, the door panels and handles. So these were probably added by the previous owner. And let's see. That's pretty much it. We've got their high beams down on the floor, just like my other truck, my old F-100. That's pretty much it. Let's see, for the inside. Walk on out here. So I've already talked about the toolbox, the tires. The tailgate's in great shape. I mean, there's no dents or any big, any body damage. That it's all just superficial surface rust. The bumper is in great shape. It's not bent up or anything like that. It's the heavy duty steel. It's not like you know, it's definitely a heavier bumper than say the 100s for sure. Got a spare tire under there. There's a rear diff right there. And one thing about this truck that makes it a highboy, that's what they call it, is that it has 3 drive shafts. So we'll see if we can get under there and take a look. Ugh. Okay, so here's the drive shaft. Here's one drive shaft, it's right here. Okay, this drives the front differential. Here's the transfer case. Here's another drive shaft right here. And then there's the rear drive shaft. So you got 1, 2, 3, 3 drive shafts. And they call this a divorce transfer case, where the transfer case is separated from the transmission. I believe that's right. I'm not 100% sure on that. Not a four-wheel drive expert, but I probably will be when this is over with. So if you know otherwise, please correct me. Let's see, that tire over there is in really bad shape. I can see it just, it's in really bad shape. I don't think I'm going to be able to blow that one up. Let's see. Another thing that makes it a highboy is that these are 2.5 wide, and I think the low boys in 77.5 are actually something like 3.5 or something like that. We're in pretty good shape under here. The body's in good shape. I don't see any major rusting. The floor pans are not rusted through by any means. Feels pretty solid. Okay, so that's going to wrap it up for this video. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys in the next video. Take care.